Hey, just a quick heads up. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The cryptocurrency market is, highly volatile, and you could actually lose money. Always do your own research and consult with a professional before making any investment decisions. Seriously, this is not financial advice. What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this, two crypto giants are quietly amassing a level of engagement that could spark an explosive 100% price pump? We're not talking about fleeting trends, folks. We're talking about millions of interactions deep within an ecosystem that analysts are calling the next frontier of blockchain. The whispers are turning into roars, the data is screaming, and the question on everyone's mind is, will this unprecedented hype, this massive community interaction, finally translate into the kind of price gains we've all been dreaming of for Chainlink, or Link, and VeChain, or VT? Get ready, because what I'm about to show you could be one of the most critical market signals you'll see all year. You won't want to miss a single second. Alright, so let's cut through the noise and get straight to the heart of the matter. We're deep diving into the real-world asset ecosystem. Now, if you're not familiar with RWAs, listen closely. This is where the digital world of blockchain meets tangible physical assets. Think real estate, commodities, bonds, anything with real-world value, tokenized and brought on-chain. This isn't just theory anymore. It's a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity, a paradigm shift that institutions are absolutely flocking to. This is where blockchain actually bridges the gap between traditional finance and decentralized finance, or TradFi to DeFi. And guess who's leading the charge, pulling in massive engagement? You guessed it, Chainlink or Link. According to a bombshell post circulating on X, Chainlink has clocked in an astonishing 2.5 million interactions within the RWA space. Think about that for a second. That puts them miles ahead of almost every other project trying to make a name for itself in this burgeoning sector. Why Chainlink? It's simple, really. Chainlink is the decentralized Oracle network that acts as the crucial bridge. It connects smart contracts on the blockchain to real-world data feeds and off-chain systems. Without Chainlink, the RWA narrative, it doesn't exist. It's the interoperability solution that makes it all possible, ensuring data integrity and security for everything from tokenized gold to digital real estate deeds. That kind of fundamental utility isn't just attracting eyeballs, it's building an ironclad trust. We're talking about the backbone of DeFi and the future of tokenized assets. But hold on, it gets even more interesting. Hot on Chainlink's heels, pulling in almost as much attention, is VeChain, or VT. VeChain, with a staggering 1.81 million interactions, is taking the RWA ecosystem by storm. Now, if you've been following VeChain, you know their bread and butter has always been supply chain management and enterprise solutions. They're leveraging blockchain to track products, verify authenticity, and optimize logistics real-world use cases that are incredibly valuable to corporations. Their official account on X is constantly dropping updates, sparking furious discussion and community involvement. This isn't just Twitter chatter, folks. This is a testament to their enterprise adoption and the tangible utility their blockchain provides. And while Link and Vet are dominating, don't sleep on other players like Hedera, Avalanche, Injective, and Quant. They're also seeing significant traction, proving that this RWA sector is heating up like never before. The competition is fierce and the stakes are high. This explosion in social interactions, especially on platforms like X, signals something profound. People aren't just passively watching, they're actively engaging, discussing, and diving deep into these projects. It's a groundswell of interest. But here's the billion-dollar question that keeps every serious investor up at night. Does online hype actually translate into price appreciation, or is it just noise? Now, this is where it gets incredibly tricky. Because we all know that the crypto market, as exciting as it is, rarely moves just on hype. It's a beast driven by fundamental catalysts, institutional capital flows, and the sheer force of market momentum. Bitcoin, the undisputed king, just hit a fresh all-time high of $122,838 on July 14th. That's not just a number, folks, that's a tidal wave that sends ripples across the entire altcoin market. And guess what? VeChain has been riding that wave. We've seen VT surge 5.1% in a single day, an incredible 21.7% over the week, and nearly 20% over the last 2 weeks. It's making a run for a critical price point it hasn't seen in months, 5 cents. But here's the catch, the crucial pivot point. VeChain hasn't consistently traded above 5 cents since January. And back then, Bitcoin was also pushing new highs, dragging VT along. The pattern is eerily similar. If Bitcoin continues its bull run, if this crypto market cycle keeps its upward trajectory, then yes, VT could shatter that 5-cent barrier. But, and this is a big but, any major correction from Bitcoin, any sudden downturn in market sentiment, could send VET tumbling right back down. Altcoins are often tied to Bitcoin's leash, and that leash can snap without warning in this volatile crypto market. And it gets even more complicated when you look at what some of the top analysts are saying. According to CoinCodex, VeChain might actually consolidate around the 3-cent level. They're predicting a potential rise to only about 3.3 cents by September 9th. That's still a far cry from the 5-cent target, let alone the grander vision some of us have. It suggests analysts aren't expecting a breakout anytime soon. They're looking for more price action confirmation and sustained buying pressure. But here's where the plot thickens even further. What about the macroeconomic landscape? We've got the Federal Reserve making moves. They've held interest rates steady for now. But then you have influential figures like President Trump, who's been incredibly vocal, practically urging the Fed to slash rates. Think about the implications of a Fed rate cut. Lower interest rates mean cheaper borrowing, which often translates to more capital flowing into riskier assets, like cryptocurrencies. This could inject massive liquidity into the market. This shift in monetary policy could be the ultimate catalyst VeChain needs to not just touch, but potentially surpass that 5-cent mark. This is where TradFi liquidity could flood into digital assets. So, despite the short-term skepticism, despite the consolidation predictions, what if the macro shift, combined with that insane RWA interaction, ignites something truly special? Let me introduce you to World of Charts, another highly respected crypto analyst on X. And what they're saying about VeChain is going to blow your mind. They believe VT can surge to 7 cents. Their exact words, gearing up for rally like that. In last year, it gives massive rally more than 150% within few days, expecting same rally now, send it 0.07 plus now, 150% gain in just a few days. They're looking at historical patterns, seeing the confluence of events, the RWA hype, the Bitcoin breakout, the potential macro tailwinds, and, well, they see a repeat of a truly explosive move. That's not just a return to 5 cents. That's a breakout into new territory. That's a price discovery event fueled by real-world utility and escalating market interest. Think about it. Millions of interactions in a sector poised for multi-trillion-dollar growth, a Bitcoin new all-time high igniting altcoins, and the very real possibility of a Federal Reserve rate cut pumping liquidity directly into our market. This isn't just theory. This is a convergence of powerful forces. Could Chainlink, with its foundational role in real-world assets, follow suit and see an even bigger pump? Absolutely. As the primary Oracle solution, its demand only grows with the real-world asset sector's expansion. Its market capitalization has room to run, and with that immense community interest, we could see Link's price action reflect its undisputed utility. We're looking at potential alpha generation for early movers in this space. This is a critical moment, an inflection point. The market is showing its hand. The data is there. The question isn't if the real-world asset narrative will explode, it's when, and which projects will lead the charge. My friends, the gears are turning, the engines are revving. Chainlink and VeChain are not just enjoying hype, they're building the future, piece by painstaking piece, in the real-world asset ecosystem. And that, combined with the current market dynamics, suggests that the potential for significant, even exponential price gains is not just a dream, it's a very real possibility. Are you positioned for this? Are you ready to seize the opportunity? Because in this market, the difference between watching from the sidelines and riding the wave can be everything.